A Subchapter S corporate tax return, it is a flow-through entity. What that means is the income, any losses, things like charitable deductions, that flows through the tax return to the returns of the various shareholders. For example, if you've got a company and they've got two shareholders, they're both equal, the company makes $100,000, in profits. Basically, $50,000 would be split between the two shareholders. They then would put that income on their personal tax returns. Now, this is done, there's several reasons why Subchapter S corporations are used, but one of them is to avoid the double taxation of a C corporation. For example, if you just have a regular corporation, company makes $100,000, you've got to pay corporate tax on that. There's both federal and state. And then after those taxes are, and they're pretty hefty taxes, we're talking in the 20% percentile range, plus the state tax here in Illinois, that's pricey as well. But after you pay the federal and state tax on the company tax return, if the owners want to pay themselves dividends, they then have to pay themselves, they then have to declare the dividends on their personal tax returns, and they've got to pay the tax again. So it's called double taxation. Now, if you've got an LLC, you're a single member, you can just file a Schedule C, right? A piece of paper, it's a form, Schedule C, profit or loss from a business, right on your personal return. You can also elect to make that company a C Corp or a Subchapter S. For that matter, it might be considered a partnership if you have more than one member. There's several different reasons to handle these things. I just mentioned a few items so you get a feel for how this works. Now, this flow through that I've been talking about all happens on a form, or I call it Schedule K1. And there's a bunch of stuff goes on there. Any profits, any losses, charitable contributions, potentially a 179 a depreciation deduction. So there's a bunch of items. Now, if you've been thinking of using an outside accounting service, a tax preparation service, I'm going to leave my contact information in the description of the video, and I am here in Chicago, actually uptown Chicago. But anyway, there's just a little bit about Subchapter S corporations. Phil Ivarson here.